Welcome. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at this WAVLINK 4K HDMI capture card with USB-C hub. So this is provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and you want to purchase one of these, I'll put a link to it in the description, and if you use that link it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. So let's get this open. So if we look at the front here, it lists some features. It says 1 USB-C host, 2 USB-A hosts, HDMI in, DisplayPort, HDMI out, and then PD and video, and I'll go over this when we get it open. It says 4K capture and loop out, 100 watt PD in, max single 4K 144 Hz, extend and mirror display. So this device has features of a capture card and a hub built in. We have some more specs in the back. You can pause and read through those. Let's pull it open. So here's the device made of aluminum. Pull this open. Under it we have a USB-C to USB-C cable. This is around 40 inches or 1 meter in length. Then we have a compliance card and a quick start guide. Let's take a look at that real quick. So here we have the different ports. So for capture you have the HDMI in and HDMI out, and that's at 4K 30 Hz. So that covers the capture. The other ports are going to be related to the hub. So we have the USB-C host, that's where you plug a computer in, and then you have USB-A, that's where you can plug peripherals in, like a keyboard, mouse, or other device. And then we have the DisplayPort and the PD and video are for the hub. So we can see how it's connected here. You want to connect the device you want to capture to the HDMI in, which is this port, and then connect your computer to the USB-C host, and then you have HDMI out is going to go to your monitor or projector or other display. So this is showing the hub mode here, computer's plugged in, and you have a monitor connected. And this is showing the resolution. So for the hub, it's 4K 144 Hz. If you're doing dual display, then you have 4K 60 plus 4K 30. So it talks about the different display mode settings here. So the capture on this is going to output as USB UVC. So it's essentially going to look like a webcam to your computer. So whatever software you can use with a webcam should work with this. So that would include QuickTime on a Mac, camera on Windows, OBS, Teams, Zoom, and other software compatible with a webcam. So I'm going to get this connected up and then we'll demonstrate it. So here I have my MacBook Pro. Let's get it opened, and I'll connect this device to it. So I'm plugging into the USB-C on my MacBook, and I'll plug into the host here. So it has a computer icon. So we have that lit up. On my computer it says an accessory is connected. I'll say allow. It says, what do you want to show on the HDMI encoder? Entire screen, window or app, or extended display. I'm just going to say start mirroring. So that's sending my monitor to these two ports here. So I have a portable monitor here. I'll plug into it with USB-C. And I'll plug here into the PD and video. And now I have mirrored my display, but I could also extend it so I can have a wider display. So I can also plug things into here. If I have a printer or other peripherals, I can plug those in the USB, and that's kind of the hub mode. So if you've used a hub, this can work like a hub. But let's get into the HDMI capture now. Here I have a switch, and it's also connected to this monitor. Take the controls off. Let's see if I can get this up. Okay, so now it's running on this monitor, and I could play this right now, but we want to do some capture. So I'm using this kind of mini dock here, but you could use the original Nintendo dock, and I have HDMI coming out here. So I want to put this in between here. Now the other end of this cable is mini, so that will not fit in here. So I'll just unplug this. In this device, I'll go to HDMI out. Now I'm going to take an HDMI cable and plug it into my switch dock, and that will go into HDMI in. So now the switch is going into the capture device and then back out to the monitor. So we can capture it from here. So on my Mac, an easy way to capture is to use QuickTime. So I'll open that up, and it's called QuickTime Player, but you can capture with it. I'm going to go to File, New Movie Recording, and next to the record down here, I'm going to choose Display Capture UVC03. And then I'll click on that again, and I will do Display Capture UVC03 for the microphone also. I'll click on it one last time and I'll go to quality, and I have that set to maximum. So now we're doing the maximum quality capture. So I'll get the controls and I will hit record over here. So now this is recording, and now I can start playing here. And we're capturing as I'm playing. I'll try and get both of these on the screen. I'm going to jump here so we can see what the latency looks like. So there's a little bit of latency. That's why the pass-through is nice. The pass-through display is showing with 0 latency because the capture will have a little bit of latency. So if you're wondering if you could play off the recording screen, it's best to use a secondary screen with the 0 latency. So I've done some capture here, and now I can play that back. And it has the audio and video. So I'll take some portions of this capture and insert it into the video so you can see it natively.
Wow! Let's go!
So I'll close this down. So I currently have this plugged into the Mac. With this PD and video USB-C, I can actually plug in a power adapter. This is actually the Nintendo adapter, and I can plug that in here. And this is passing through power to my MacBook now and keeping my MacBook charged. Okay, so now I've connected up this mini PC. Now an interesting thing I am realizing now is when there's no HDMI into the input, then this output is just an output from the host PC. So this is an extended display on this PC. When I plug in a PC, that port turns into the pass-through port. So again, this is passing through from the mini PC to the device to the monitor with 0 latency. Okay, so I've gone into the settings on this computer and I've set it to 4K. So this is now outputting 4K and this is taking 4K. So I'm actually going to switch over to a PC to do the 4K capture. Okay, so I have a second PC set up. So this one is going to be playing video in 4K. This one is going to be capturing it. So I'm just going to use the camera app on the PC. I'll go up here to settings in the upper left and I'll go to video settings, and then video quality, I'll go to 2160 30 FPS. Now that will take a second to adjust, and I have that up here. So I'll go over to the right here and I will hit record. So it's recording. Now I'll play the video. And now I've done a 4K capture. So I'll click on the bottom right here, and this will open the video, and we can play it back. See if I can see the specs here somehow. If I go to the properties of this file, I can see it recorded at 3840 by 2160, 29.92 frames per second, and we can also open it up here. Now I'll take this raw clip and I'll insert this into the video so you can check it out. So that's the WAVLINK 4K HDMI video capture card with USB-C hub. A capture card like this would be great for capturing gaming, either via console or PC, or other things like presentations. Since this has capture and hub capabilities, you can plug this into something like your MacBook with a single cable, and you only have to take up one port on your computer. And like I showed before, you can plug a power adapter into this USB PD port and power your laptop, and then you can use it to connect second monitor or USB peripherals. Now I have a lot of wires here, but you can make a relatively clean setup with this, especially once you plug everything in, and you can have shorter wires or have them not just sitting right here on your desk. And this can make for a nice clean setup since you only have one device doing double duty. I really like the construction of this. It feels nice. It's aluminum, has vents in the sides, and it just has a little bit of warmth to it. It's not hot at all. But I showed in this video doing a capture of video game console. That was in 1080p. and then I did some 4K capture off a PC. And since this uses the USB protocol, it's very easy to use with whatever software you want. So it would be ideal for just capturing, and you can also use it for things like streaming. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate it if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.